At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Is that long enough?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the AfterBuzz podcast. My name is Nico Edjimian, your host of the AfterBuzz, and of course with me is Buzz Adams.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
We're back in the thick of things. It's the week after 4th of July weekend. How was your trip, sir, in Los Angeles?
It was good. I spent a lot of quality time with my daughter, who's going into her senior year of college.
Did you take her to Central Casting or do any of that stuff?
No, we didn't do that, but we did go over and check out USC and UCLA. So,
oh, that's cool.
Seemed expensive.
I bet they are. Those are state schools, though.
Doesn't matter.
Right?
Well, she would be an out-of-state student and the tuition's higher.
Unless
I'm trying
she
to
moves
sell her
there
on El Paso. I
for
guess
the
if
first
she
year.
moved there. Right. It's like some schools have free in-state tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, couldn't you just move there and say, I'm in-state now?
You have to move and be there for a certain amount of time. So she would move and maybe for the first year get a job doing something else.
And then she could say,
Apply
I'm
for
a resident.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. I told her NMSU is a good school, too.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing it.
Nothing wrong.
The first couple of things for the first years. You know,
Really, she is one of these people, and you've known people like this before, and it doesn't matter what the town is, whatever their hometown is, I got to get out of here.
Oh, I was one of those people. I think most people
everybody
from
goes through that.
El Paso feel like that.
You think?
I think all my friends felt like that. But Okmulgee, I'm sure.
Everybody.
Although most of your friends still live there.
Most of them still live in and around the greater Okmulgee area.
Are you the only friend of the group to move or get out of there?
No. Some moved and but then came back after 10 years.
That's what happened to me. This is my thing that I would tell your daughter. I really regret having that exact same feeling of needing to get out of El Paso for college and after high school. And I really wish I had just stayed in town and done my basics, like at UTEP or something.
Sure. Those will transfer, no problem.
Those will transfer anywhere. It turns out your college doesn't matter what your college or university is. It really doesn't matter.
Specifically, she does want to work in the entertainment field in some way, not necessarily as an actor, although I think she would like for things to develop that way.
I would say that any technical training or technical school or what you get out of it, in that sense, it's absolutely worth it. But if you're just getting a general degree for something and you just want the general degree for another type of job or graduate school, it doesn't matter.
Here's my feeling about L.A. or New York. Connections. If you want to go into the entertainment business, but you make so many connections just being there. Think how many doors might have opened for you if you moved out to L.A. for a couple of years.
Yes, I think about that quite often.
Are you thinking about going?
Yeah, I had planned to move pre-pandemic.
To L.A.?
Yeah.
Good luck. God, there's like 8 million people in the greater L.A. area, and what that translates into is are people living, multiple people in a house, that might have been split up into 6 duplexes.
So one of my good friends, when I start, stand-up is a calling, okay? It's much less of just the
ministry.
It's like the ministry, right? Mm. It calls to you and you choose to pursue it regardless of anything else. And my good friend that I started with, his name is Rafael Molina, for here in town. He was one of my first friends that moved from El Paso for comedy to San Antonio. Mm-hmm. And that was a big move. I was like, wow, he just moved. Then within a year, he was getting on stages and meeting people. He met Willie Barcena, who took him to L.A. Willie Barcena took him to L.A. Wow, now...
Are we talking about Rafa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw Rafa.
That's my point. That's what I'm getting to.
I saw him at the 4th of July
Did you not
party.
know who I was talking about this whole time? This is Rafa.
I didn't know that Rafa's name was Rafael Molina until you reminded me.
This is, well, I guess he goes by Rafa.
Is Rafa headlining now or feature?
He's a solid feature. Yeah.
Solid feature.
Yeah, super solid
Maybe
feature.
a sometime headliner.
Yeah, maybe.
No, right.
But my point is that his story is a really, it's a good example of that. He goes to San Antonio. He works really hard in the local stand-up industry there. He becomes the regular host at the comedy club there in San Antonio at the LOL. Willie Barcena, a nationally touring headliner, picks him up, decides to take him with him to LA. Wow, what a big, that's what everybody wants to do. Now he's in LA, though. Now you're in the big city.
I guess Rafa is in the same zone I am, where you can be friends with Willie Barcena and also be friends with Nick Guerra. We're like Switzerland.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Nick doesn't ask me about Willie when we hang out, and Willie doesn't really ask me about Nick.
Yeah.
But Rafa...
That might be court ordered that they don't talk about each other.
Rafa was walking. He doesn't have a car, I don't think, to this day. He walks everywhere.
Well, he didn't walk to Rosemead, I can tell you that. Wherever he lives, he didn't walk there.
Well, but he's making it now in a big way, and he's been in L.A. for about 5 years now, 5 to 8 years. Anyways, he started there by walking. He was doing central casting. He gets any job he can, but still goes out to the open mics and the shows at night.
Does he work a day job?
That's what I mean. I think he has some type of day job, or he the central casting thing he was doing, like as an extra, he was getting paid like $100 a day. Just
I had always heard about central casting. I didn't know it was a real place.
Yeah,
but apparently it is.
Yeah, anybody can sign up. And you sit in a tent, and if you look like you have the look for something they need, they call you. Anyways, tell her not to even go to school then. Tell her just to move to LA or New York.
I still believe in the value of higher education.
It depends on what you want it for. What's the utility towards what you eventually want to do, and try and tailor, I think, that way.
I'll explain it to you. And this is not a dig at anybody who didn't finish 4 years of university. It's not that at all. But when you apply for jobs, you're going to be competing with a lot of people who want the same job. College diploma.
It depends on the job, though.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Depends on the job that you're applying for.
Doesn't matter what the job is. Your boss. Okay. You don't want to hear what okay. Your boss sees, you have a college degree. That means for 4 years, you put your mind to something and were reliable enough that you went and did this for 4 years to get this piece of paper. That's the real value of college.
If you're talking about like a general job, again, it does depend on what the job is. It absolutely depends on what the job is.
When I was hired,
if you want to do something in film or entertainment, they don't necessarily ask you that. They don't look at that. They might look at some other type of credentialing, but
it's just a way that you can say, "Look, I did this thing. I committed to it. I achieved a 4-year degree," and that carries a lot of weight, regardless of what the industry is.
I disagree. I think they mean less and less every year. I think Google, for example, not hiring people with degrees necessarily. They have their own courses that Google provides. So they're saying, don't even go to college. Just go
to Google U.
Yeah, when you apply with us, you take our courses and you get you train for the job that you're going to do. Train for the job that you want. That's what I think.
Mm.
Like medical students, you probably should go to college. Doctors definitely go to college.
If you're going to pass the LSAT, you probably
lawyers definitely go to college. Right. Business, if you want to major in business, definitely.
I don't think it's a negative for anybody, though.
No, I don't. But I do think that this one singular monolithic idea that college is the logical, most necessary next step after high school is a fallacy that we're all starting to realize. I mean, I just said it today in news about a statistic that people's confidence about the U.S.'s colleges and universities, confidence in them, it's at an all-time low.
Wow.
I mean, only 30... In just 9 years, people went from saying... 57% of people saying, yes, I have a high opinion of the value of U.S. colleges and universities, to only 35% now of people saying that. 9 years. So I think people are starting to wake up to the reality that, yeah, the American dream, what we were sold on, go to college after high school, not the necessarily only
Well,
path.
I don't think it's necessarily the only way, but I do see the value in doing it.
I think that the experience and the friendships that you make and probably the networking and connections you make in college are...
Again, you've got a piece of paper that any potential employer is going to say, well, this person showed up for 4 years, did enough work. I can hire this person with some degree of confidence. Yeah. It seems like we do not agree on this.
Yeah, I just don't. I fundamentally disagree with that statement.
I wonder if you would have a different tune if you'd finished and got your degree, though.
No, because there was nothing that... I'm not doing the thing. I'm not doing the thing that I wanted to do that needs a degree. Okay. Does that make sense?
All right.
I would have.
There's so many times I just wanted to quit altogether.
I would have.
My parents would not let me. I mean, I was over 18, but they were...
Yeah, but think about the type of career you might have had if you had those 2 extra years in radio. Or 4 extra years. Starting at 18 at some station instead of...
Oh, no, 21. I was working at radio stations since I was 16.
So you were working at the station even in college?
Oh, yeah.
Was it the college station?
Well, yes, but also the local station and then the big rock station in Oklahoma City.
See, those are the things...
I was kind of famous on campus because I was a DJ on Rock 100, The Cat. K-A-T-T.
The Cat.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of a big deal back in those days. Might still be.
I think famously, though, radio never needed a degree.
You don't.
And I think
it's not a requirement.
I was watching that 70s show where a hot Donna gets selected, and she has to make the decision. Anyways, what you want to do really makes the difference. Like I said, maybe computer programming these days, you don't necessarily need those degrees. Just going to doing the online Google courses. If you want to be a hairstylist, you don't need a college degree.
I think you do have to.
You go to college with college.
You got a license of some kind.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't do licensing or don't. I think community college is actually more useful for a lot of people because it provides or technical schools.
Well, anyway, my daughter's going to college. So.
But what does she want to? What if she got a degree in theater? Would you be cool with that?
Sure, yeah. Anything she wants to get. I think it's the experience and the.
So
I think you learn some life lessons.
Be one of those
you're on your own. You don't have your parents hounding you to get out of bed and go to class.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
not going to be one of those parents that
some responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. That says, "Oh, that degree is a trash degree." Like, "Oh, you want to be an anthropologist? Good luck with the job hunt."
No, I think there's value in all of that stuff. I don't look down my nose.
Oh, my parents totally were like that.
Because I thought you were studying pre-med.
I know, yeah, but I would say "Hey, what if I want an English degree?" And they would go, "What are you going to do with that?"
Right?
What job can you get with that?
Teacher.
What? How much money are you going to make?
You
like
can do
that?
Anything with it.
Again,
comedian.
Right. I thought you had to go to college to do that.
To be a comedian?
Yeah, I had no idea what the process was.
Clown college, maybe.
Yeah, if anything, I thought that might be it.
Maybe you should. Maybe
because they don't tell you when you see your favorite stand-up on TV, and you think, "How did they get there?" Open mic is not something that anybody considers. That nobody thinks.
Oh, that's close to 100% of it is going to open mics.
No, that is the way.
That is the way. I agree.
Nobody knows that.
Listen,
isn't that weird? Well, I'm not arguing with you right now. This is a discussion.
Okay.
I don't know why you think.
What else? It just seems like you're arguing with me.
About what? I'm not arguing about anything. I'm just talking about college and the careers.
If you have an interest in it and you could go to college,
no,
I don't think you'll regret it.
Yeah, okay. That's good. I'm not arguing with you. No, isn't it interesting?
Go to an accredited university because a lot of people sign up for these for-profit colleges and then find out that it's not. And I'm not naming any names. I'm definitely not talking about technical schools because you do learn.
I think technical schools are super useful. EMTs, if you want HVAC, they make a ton of money. Plumbers, even electricians, make tons of money. No, I was saying for a comic, if you wanted to be a stand-up comedian,
start a university for comics with a campus.
I thought
all the classrooms had like a brick wall in the
You're
background.
joking, but because you know the process. Try and put yourself into your 18-year-old mind before you knew how it worked. Where would you think your favorite comics would have started? Where did you think Henny Youngman started?
He wasn't okay. I was a big Eddie Murphy fan.
Okay, where did you think Eddie Murphy? How did he get there? How did you think?
Got a job on Saturday Night Live.
Okay, what other stand-ups did you like?
I was pretty much an Eddie Murphy guy. He, I mean, I hate to say it, I was a pretty big Bill Cosby fan.
Bill Cosby.
Too. Yeah, he got a doctorate in mixology, in chemistry.
Andrew Dice Clay. How do you think he? What I'm saying is, it's hard for an 18-year-old. You wouldn't know those things. I didn't know those things. Right. I loved comedy, but I assumed in my head that those people went to some class for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
for young aspiring comics out there. That's not the.
It's not.
There's not a comedy degree that I'm aware of.
You would be surprised how many people come up to me and ask me that exact question.
Do I need to go to college?
Where do I go to start comedy? They ask me all the time. Where do I go to start comedy? Where's the place you go? And it took me until I was ready to start, or listening to Joe Rogan podcast and hearing them talk about it, and they were like, you just find a place, like whatever, like a restaurant or a bar, and they have a microphone that's open to you.
Okay.
You don't think that's interesting?
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like everybody knows that.
You think everybody knows that you have to go to open mics to be a comic?
All right, if you didn't know it, you'd find out pretty soon.
By listening to
this.
If
you listening to this. Or
You've gotten to hang out with stand-ups for the past 30 years. I think you're a little jaded in this regard, but yeah, I thought you had to study. I thought you had to go to classes of this or that. And it's kind of freeing to see a profession that you literally just have to show up to.
Callbacks 101 would be a class.
I mean,
how to pull
crowd work. There are people listening.
Advanced crowd work.
You're joking, but Greg Wilson teaches those too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has a whole crowd work. Greg just taught. I just saw him put up posters for dealing with hecklers.
Boy, I saw him on a new commercial. So Greg Wilson.
It's the Geico commercial.
It is Geico,
yeah,
right?
It's the one where he's falling down the.
And he's jumping through windows, and he's doing all. Obviously, they got somebody to be the stunt guy, but they got somebody.
No.
Yeah, that's not. That's not
okay.
Greg.
Not jump. Yes, it is.
No, he does some things that are humanly, physically impossible.
The one where he slides under the car. I just saw him like a couple months ago, and I was asking about this exact question.
Has it been on the air that long?
Yeah. He goes under a car in one, and he does. That's him.
And he convinced you.
No. He told me because he wasn't joking about this, because he said he pulled his back doing something. He hurt himself doing one of those things.
Geico can help when you're locked out with their
that's not him.
24/7 help.
Dad, you don't have to make this so tough.
But he is being held somewhere. Like he is on a ledge.
Okay, but they've got a stunt double in there somewhere.
On yourself. Geico can help us get into.
So right there, he is being held on a ledge.
Sure.
And he's being hooked up to it.
Our locked car. See?
Yeah, but where's the fun of that?
That's okay. But this
Maybe
right here,
nostalgic for the good old
that move there, he didn't do that.
No, where he just jumped down, that is him.
Maybe, but going
that top part,
nostalgic
not him.
for the good old days.
That one is him.
Before we had Geico's great coverage and 24/7 help.
Not him.
Not him.
But yeah, that is him.
All set, guys.
So you can see there's some stunts he does. There are some kind of stunts he does. The sliding into the car, you don't believe that's him.
At the very end, yeah. I don't know. Listen, I know Greg pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, he's not a fit man at all.
He's not the most athletic.
No, which is why it's so funny to watch.
This Greg is basically doing parkour in a parking garage.
Right. It's movie magic, though.
It's a parkouring garage. I always love when I'm watching a show and just out of the blue, somebody I know
love
pops
it.
up.
And Greg is probably the one that
Greg is a lot of stuff.
Most of the time. I think we were watching. You and I were watching
the one where it's upload. Yeah, and he's a recurring character.
Yeah. I think it happened to me when I watched New Girl. He plays a comedian. Like he plays a real raunchy kind of comedian.
Dustin Ibarra shows up randomly.
Yeah,
like
Dustin
the Goldbergs and Modern Family, and I mean it's a real trip.
It's fun to ask him about too. I was like, Greg, the commercial, and he goes, I know, right? I was doing all that bullshit. That's a good Greg impression. Right, but isn't stand-up crazy in that the job is to show up and be funny and just be good? Like, what other job is there where your whole job is to just show up and do good, just be good?
Hooker.
Yeah, actually, weirdly enough,
prostitute. Show up, be on your A game.
Be on your A game. Just show up and be good. Maybe stripper as well, because when the strippers and porn stars that come through here, you know how Darius books them sometimes.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Well, they are like stand-ups in that they get booked at these different cities.
Yeah. They go in, they put them up at a hotel someplace.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is there a school for that?
It's the School of Hard Knocks.
Well, I did have topics I was going to bring up today.
Just throw them. Let's just do them machine gun style.
I was going to bring up that a woman is going viral for her discussion of facial care and how she's actually using a product that comes from her boyfriend to implement it. Sperm. That's right. Sperm that goes into facial lotions.
They don't use that ingredient in over-the-counter
Just
lotions.
Google. I want you to Google sperm facial cleanser. Oh, no, no, sorry. Sperm, good for skin.
Got my fingers crossed here. Dermatologists don't recommend using it as a skincare product.
But look, well, first of all...
there isn't any scientific evidence that semen is good for your skin.
But the fact that they're just keep going down. Look at all of the stuff that people have been...
Beautician says sperm is the key to glowing skin. I don't know. We've had some of the porn girls in the past come in, and I didn't notice that their complexion was vastly better than anybody else's.
You want to click that Reddit one at the bottom?
The Reddit one?
Yeah. I was going to bring this up to you. It's not an Am I the A-hole, but is relationship advice.
Okay. So it's 32-year-old man, 30-year-old female. My wife is an attractive woman who takes care of herself, but sometimes she can be a little vain and obsessive about her appearance. She recently read that sperm has amazing benefits for the skin, special antioxidants or something. I joked that if that meant she would okay.
I joked that if she
wasn't amused when he put out getting it straight from the tap.
Yeah.
She said she was serious. She wants me to ejaculate into a cup every time we have sex so she can use it for her skin. We usually have sex twice a week. She won't let me finish unless I come in the cup.
Yeah. It's ruined the intimacy because I have to pull out a cup.
It also makes me feel used as if I'm a sperm cow or something. There is zero. First comment says there's zero science to back up the idea that slathering semen on your skin is good for it.
Read the next comment under that, though. I don't know about you.
I don't know, but if you've ever watched sperm off your skin, it leaves your skin feeling so soft and supple.
Why? What? Just completely flabbergasted. All right, this other thing I was going to bring up. Do you want to stay on this or no?
No. Okay. I felt like we've been walking on thin ice for the last 5 minutes.
You want to get off?
Yeah, I want to get off.
Google Kauai metal.
What?
Kauai metal.
I don't even know how.
Oh, sorry. Kawaii.
Metal, like a
metal band, like a metal genre of music.
Okay.
Or
it's this like metal Japanese, like baby metal.
yeah,
They've got a picture of baby metal.
exactly.
Okay.
So there's a new proponent of it. His name's Ladybeard. If you want to Google Ladybeard. And I think
that all one word?
One word, yeah. And I don't know if you need to put Kauai metal next to that either, but yeah, that's him.
That guy's not Japanese.
No, but he's in all these Japanese music videos.
He's a guy with a beard and a hairy chest, and it looks like he's dressing like the sexy girls in, what do you call it?
Kauai metal or J-pop. He looks like a little he's dressed like a little Japanese girl.
He is actually an Australian stuntman and professional wrestler. And he's 41 years old, by the way.
Do you feel embarrassed for him?
No, man. It looks like he's having a good time. He's got a Wikipedia page. I don't.
He seems very nice in interviews. I just saw an interview with him where the other Australians are like looking at him like, all right, what is this? What are you doing?
I guess men dressing as women has been funny for about as long as there have been clothes. Yeah. You know, like gendered clothing, the idea of a dude, especially the more you look
I'm a lady. Look at me. You don't see women gender bending as much. It's not as funny for some reason when a woman's, hey, look at me.
Yeah, it hits on it. It's a different kind of funny. If somebody, I'm trying to think of any famous skit or anything. Oh,
Pat from SNL.
Well, that was a woman, Julia Sweeney, acting as a androgynous.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I'm trying to think. When Melissa McCarthy would be on Saturday Night Live and dress up as Sean Spicer. That was
hilarious.
When A.D. Bryant used to do a Ted Cruz impersonation.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yep. All right, take it back.
But those were specific people.
Yeah, it's not just the general manliness that was funny about it. It was the...
Like this guy, Ladybeard, isn't dressed like a specific person. He's not like I'm Taylor Swift or anything. It's
just a random Japanese schoolgirl.
Who also wrestles and is a stuntman. Good for him. More power to him.
Yeah, more. We might see him pop up in the news. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's episode of the After Buzz podcast. Don't forget to listen to us and download us Tuesdays and Thursdays. And listen to the regular Buzz Adams Morning Show Mondays through Fridays, 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.5 KLAQ. We'll talk to you next time.